Del Rio, and welcome to DRN25. It's a beautiful day to live in Del Rio. My name is Michelle Gonzalez.
And I'm meteorologist Alexander Menchaca.
Hey Alexander, how's it going? How are you doing?
Hey, it's great to be back. I miss being here, and
we're me too.
Really excited for an action-packed show this morning.
That's right. We've got a lot of guests and a lot of great things this morning. Joining us this morning, we've got Eduardo from Queen City Vehicle Detailing to promote his business.
And we also got representatives from Cattlemen's Beef here in the studio this morning.
And Jorge Jurado, the CEO of Val Verde Regional Medical Center, joins us in studio.
And finally, representatives from the Del Rio Renaissance Fair will be here to promote their upcoming event.
So how's weather going to be this week, Alexander?
You know, I'm sure that everyone can guess it's going to be hot, right?
Yes, for sure.
You know, 2 weeks ago we had a really good storm that, caused some flooding around Del Rio. Unfortunately, we haven't had much rain. But, you always, if you lived here in Del Rio most of your life, you always know that rain chances come on holidays.
For sure.
So I know 4th of July coming up, people are going to want any questions on that. We'll have more on that in the weather segment, but it looks like some rain chances may be upcoming this week.
Keeping our fingers crossed, right? So can't wait to hear about that, Alexander. We've got a lot to cover today and plenty of guests with us.
And we also got a couple of videos this morning from our journalist, Eddie Martinez, this morning.
It's Saturday, June 28th, 2025, and you're watching DRN25. Morning, Del Rio, and welcome and thank you for joining us this morning. This morning we have Queen City Vehicle Detailing is a local business that specializes in exceptional and top-tier vehicle detailing. Join me this morning in welcoming Eduardo Hernandez, owner of Queen City Vehicle Detailing. Good morning, Eduardo.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Nice to. Thank you all for having me.
Thank you so much for being here and joining us this morning. So, Eduardo, you have the here in town Queen City Vehicle Detailing, right?
Yes,
so most people think of car detailing as vacuuming and washing a car, but your services go way beyond that, right? So can you walk us through everything when you detail a car and do that really, in-depth car washing?
Yes, it's a process.
Yes.
It's a process that takes time, 3 to 4 hours a vehicle, depending on the vehicle size. I mean, we go through everything. I mean, they think it's a car wash where you just take it to a drive-by car wash. We take seats out, get under the cars also, depending what kind of service they want. We have special packages, either the basic or the medium, or depending on what they want. Some of them want interior only, right, which is fine, or exterior. But I usually also do pickup, mobile, and
that's nice because if somebody's at work, right, you can go, you pick up the vehicle,
exactly,
take it to your place and wash it there, and so that's really convenient, right? So that's wonderful. And I was looking at your pictures on Facebook, and your pictures really tell a story online. But it's like a spa day for the car. I was thinking, like, you do like an amazing job. You get into those vehicles, and our vehicles, they're everywhere with us. They're with us every day. They take our families everywhere. They're with us all day long, taking us where we need to be. So why not take care of a vehicle like a spa day, right? So
they need some TLC also.
That's right, exactly. So I saw something on there that you do steam cleaning, which I had not seen before. So like you said, you take out those seats and do steam cleaning. Tell us what how that works or why that's important.
Yes. Usually when COVID hit, that's when I started bringing in the steam cleaning in to get all the grime out, everything, the bacteria and everything. People were asking questions like that. What can you do,
right,
and things like that. But
so
we go through a process.
Really clean, right?
Real clean. Yes,
clean.
It has to be 99.9.
and
right on the
super
point,
clean,
exactly.
right on point.
Yes,
Very
ma'am.
good. So that's awesome. So that is a game changer. And you know, I also saw that your pictures on Facebook that you get into those areas that maybe like just when I go to wash it, my vehicle, you know, it doesn't get into the hinges, into the sides of the doors, into all those little crevices. Like I saw your pictures in there. You really get in there
You
and
have
clean
to
in
get
between
in
the
there.
hinges in there. So it's really detailed, right?
Special tools that you have to carry with you and everything. I mean, the machinery
Yeah.
also plays a big important role, which it helps me a lot.
Right.
When I started, it was just get in there, get in there, get in there.
Yeah.
But as I went on, you learn, and now I got it down.
Yes, great. And nothing feels better than getting into your vehicle. It's like, you know, when on a hot day you get in there, take a shower, and it's like your car just feels like clean. You love being in there too. And I also saw that you put the little plastics around the steering wheels, and then that little paper at the bottom of
At
the
the
floor,
bottom,
right?
yes, where it's got everything protected.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like a spa, like you said,
Right.
you know, for the vehicles.
Yeah, spa day for your vehicle. And then when I get that little paper on the bottom, I try not to like, you know, step on it. I try to
Step
keep
on
it a
it,
long time. That way I don't mess up my vehicle
You
with
try
my
to keep
my
it clean,
footprints.
but
Right, right.
yes.
Good. So, and you also do power washing. So let's talk a little bit about power washing. You do this for homes. Can people look for when they think, you know, I don't know if I need a power washing at my house? So you do that as well,
Yeah,
right?
as well.
Yeah.
Yes. The houses sometimes, you know, they're filthy from the outside, or people threw something on them, or let's say spray paint, dirt, anything like that, or they're trying to sell their homes.
Right.
They want it clean, looking, you know, perfectly nice and able to. So we're able to do that kind of process, either homes, driveways,
Okay.
you know, anything around the house that's not going to damage the power washing.
Yeah, yeah. Like I've seen some too where they have like a stone and maybe they don't have gutters. So
Right.
when the rain comes, whenever it does rain, right? So the rain bounces back and then it kind of stains the brick a little bit
brick
or
a
the
little
stone.
bit,
So
yeah.
that would be something that power
Yes.
washing would help with too.
Exactly,
Okay, perfect,
yes.
perfect. So what's the best way to book an appointment with you? So how can our viewers find you? Best place to call you? How does that work?
Either through Facebook Messenger, or either call me.
Okay.
Call me, you know, because we do it all, you know. I have to produce the videos, answer the calls, everything, you know.
Everything.
Multitask all day. But they could call me at 830-350-3566, and we could book an appointment.
Book an appointment. Perfect.
Either mobile or bring it, you know. I work out of my garage for right now.
Okay.
But in the future, I'm looking into a little shop.
Great,
Yes.
great. So that's something that's coming up for your business
Exactly,
as well, right?
yes.
Awesome. So
Working on it, yes.
good, good. So is there anything else you'd like to add? Welcome, you know, let the community know, you know, to come see you, to call you for either power washing, that steam cleaning, that deep, deep spa day for your vehicle. You want to invite the community?
Yes, not only vehicles, but we also do boats,
Okay.
homes, whatever they need a power wash. I got the tools to get
Got
it
it.
done. Yes, the machinery. Yes,
Awesome,
ma'am.
awesome. Very good. So any last things?
No, just give us a call.
Okay.
350-3566, Queen City Vehicle Detailing.
Awesome. Del Rio, you heard it here from Eduardo, Queen City Vehicle Detailing. Get your power washing at your homes, your boats, your cars. Get that steam cleaning, get that spa day for your vehicle. So call Eduardo and he'll take care of you. Set an appointment today. So thank you, Eduardo, for being here with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yes. All right. Thank you. Have a great day. Now, everybody, let's take a look at our Eye in the Sky. Let's head on down to the International Bridge just to see how traffic is going. So traffic looks like it's starting to pick up at the International Bridge. So if you need to get across into Acuña or beyond, right now would be the moment. But of course, after you watch our segment this morning. For this camera, you can view it at any time on the City of Del Rio's website. If you're a business and you have heavy traffic in your area, reach out to us to add your camera to our Eye in the Sky in exchange for some free advertising. All you have to do is email us at info@delrionews.com or message us via our Facebook page. Now let's dive into our next segment with some updates from local entities like the City of Del Rio, SFDRC ISD, Hospital, and Val Verde County. The Del Rio Downtown Association is proud to present the annual Chalk the Walk event. This wonderful community tradition will take place along South Main Street from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. If you are interested in volunteering, please contact the Del Rio Downtown Association at 830-703-6419 for more details. Happening right now, the City of Del Rio's citywide cleanup event is officially underway at the Civic Center parking lot. There is still plenty of time to join in. The event is running today, Saturday, until 1 p.m. Now, this is your chance to bring down any unwanted bulk items and dispose of them properly. So head on over, help clean up our community, and be part of something great for our city. Get ready for a blockbuster evening under the stars. The City of Del Rio is hosting a special movie night at the golf course. That's right, mark your calendars for next Wednesday, July the 2nd. The event kicks off at 8:30 p.m. with a showing of the new Marvel Studios film, Captain America: Brave New World. The outdoor screening will take place at the San Felipe Springs Golf Course that is located at 1524 East Highway 90. For the best experience, we recommend you bring your own bug repellent, lawn chairs, and picnic blankets to get comfortable for the show. You won't have to worry about snacks because the golf course will have its concession stand open during the event. If you have any questions, you can contact Community Services Director Esme Mesa. It's shaping up to be a perfect summer night for the whole family. The next Commissioners Court meeting is set for Wednesday, July the 2nd, 2025. The meeting will take place at 207B East Lozoya Street in Del Rio, Texas from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. And that wraps up local government and education segment. That takes us to Community Guest.
You're watching DRN25.
Welcome to Community Guest. Today visiting us in the studio are Chloe Wilson and Eleanor Wilson from Cattleman's Beef. Good morning and thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Yes, how are y'all doing today?
Good.
Good, good. Happy Saturday. It's
Yes.
great, great. Are you enjoying your summer?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, right? That's good. So thank you for joining us. Just to start off, can you tell us a little bit behind the brand and maybe something people don't know about how Cattleman's Beef got started?
So, Cattleman's Beef is a derivative of our ranch. So we sell heifers as a bred female, and that's what we specialize in. And it came to a market where Wagyu was not widely known or widely accessible. And so we were given an opportunity to sell the cattle and create a market to where we could provide Wagyu beef at a better cost to where most consumers can afford it. And so we only sell our beef. It is Wagyu. We raise it in Sabinal, and so it's all local. One of our main struggles has been that, cows only have 2 briskets, and people are like, well, just order more. We don't order more. It is only our beef, and that's something we take pride in. It's all natural, non-hormone treated cattle, and so it's something that we obviously feed our children, and we're proud to provide to the community.
Right, right. That's awesome. That's wonderful. So we're talking all things premium beef. So if Cattleman's Beef had a personality, how would you describe it in 3 words?
In 3 words. Very, very tasty.
I think you agree, right? Very, very tasty is perfect. So walk us through the journey of pasture to plate. So what makes that process so special? Like you mentioned, born, raised, harvested, and ranch to table. So what makes it so special?
For us, it's something we can identify how the animal was treated, and we can ensure that it was treated well and fed properly, and nothing was gone awry. They weren't led astray, and we can provide a product that a consumer feels good about eating, because that's part of where our generation and the upcoming generations they want to know how and why. And so we provide the how and the why, and we are secure in it. So we're not too big to where we don't know where everything came from, but we're big enough to provide to now 2 communities. Right. So not only Sabinal, but we're really excited to be here in Del Rio.
That's exciting. So how lucky are we to have y'all here in Del Rio? That's wonderful. So what sets it apart from what people can buy in a typical grocery store? Now, you mentioned a little bit about that, but I was looking at the site and said you have fancy fajitas, inside skirt, Santa Fe, outside skirt, and that's only like a little bit of what you carry. I was looking at that, and you carry so much in the store.
So like if you go into your normal grocer, you look, and it's the meat market is, you kind of get used to it. We make the most of the animal, so literally from tip to tail. Okay. So we carry the cheek meat, the tongue, and all the way to the oxtail, and everything in between. And so our goal is to get as many steaks and options back, because if you're like me, you're like, oh, I don't want to cook dinner. I'm so tired. I don't want to make a decision. Right. But if you have different options, it leads you to like a different idea of what to make. So fancy fajitas, it comes out of the sirloin, and so it gives you a steakier taste. We carry Denvers, which comes out of the chuck, and they mimic a New York strip. We have petite tenders that mimic a filet. So not only do we have your basic grocer steaks, but we carry steaks that most people don't know about. For like Eleanor's favorite is a picanha. And so most people only see that one in Brazilian steakhouses, but we have, the people that work for us have tried it, and they've cooked it, and they're all crazy like us, and they like to cook and barbecue and try different things. And so they know how to do it, and they can explain it, how to do it. And it's easy. It really is easy. Okay. Eleanor does it all the time.
Do you, Eleanor? That's your favorite? Oh, yummy. That sounds really good, making me hungry. So yes, I did see that you carry even tomahawks, beef chorizo, which I don't think I've ever had that beef chorizo. So good morning.
It's super good. It's not as greasy as your pork chorizo.
Yeah.
And so it's
tasty.
Super flavorful.
All beef hot dogs, all kinds of sausages, T-bones, brisket, hamburger patties of all sizes, shish kebabs, New York strip, like you said, oxtail, beef bacon. And like I said, guys, that's only a little bit of what you have. And I love that you have everything posted there for everybody to see.
Yeah, it's people walk in and you don't normally expect all of the variety and what a cow can provide, but it is amazing.
And what better way knowing that you've taken care of all that? You see, you like you said, you know where they've been, what they've had, and so it's healthy enough to give to your children, and so that's the most important part as well. So I saw that you have an extra juicy special this week, right, going on, 20% off.
For 4th of July, we like to do it to where people can prepare ahead of time, especially if you're traveling out of town, because you don't always know where you're going and shopping.
Right.
But we're doing 20% off sirloin, picanha, tri-tip, and one more. Bavette. Yes.
Okay.
And so that's what we call the fancy
fajitas.
fajitas.
Okay.
And so we tried to do something to where it fulfilled everybody's, however many people. So you get the fajitas, you get the steaks, and then you get like the picanha and the tri-tip, so roast, like a slower cook.
Awesome. That sounds really, really great. So tell us where people can find you on social media, in store.
Yes, so social media, we run a lot of our specials on Facebook. We do have a website. It is more of an information like where the ranch, how we do things like that, more of a background. But in Del Rio, you can find us at 1805 Veterans, right next to Taco Bell.
Okay.
We proudly took over the old Payless liquor store.
Yes.
And so we're really excited about the location.
Great, wonderful. So Eleanor, anything you want to share with the viewers, inviting them to Kettleman's?
No.
Not yet. So how about Mom, Eleanor, Chloe, I'm sorry, would you like to invite our community and our viewers out there?
Yes, please come see us. We would love to have you. We have everything from cheeses and a wide variety of spices. If you're like me, you go to stores and you try a spice, we have it to where you can try the spices in store so you know what you're getting. But come try us out. We really want to to give you a shot at trying some Wagyu beef, and I hope you love it as much as we do.
That's great. Great place to shop too, because
Yes.
you have grills, you have
Everything.
sauces, spices. So if you're looking for a gift as well, so have everybody come out. So thank you, Chloe and Eleanor. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We're so happy that you joined us, and have a great 4th of July. Del Rio, get out there to Cattleman's Beef. Get ready for those 4th of July cookouts, and we know everybody loves to cook out here in Del Rio. So join them at Cattleman's Beef right next to Taco Bell on Veterans Boulevard. So thank you again for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We want to thank Chloe and Eleanor Wilson for joining us this morning. Now let's head into our news headlines for the day.
Thank you.
Big changes and bigger costs could be coming to Del Rio. During a special city council meeting on June 17th, officials reviewed sweeping updates to the city's schedule of fees and charges, with some rates proposed to rise by 50%, 100%, or more after nearly 2 decades of stagnation. From controversial event fee hikes to new charges like a pet euthanasia fee, every department was tasked with modernizing its cost structure. The changes set to go in effect in October have already sparked concern among residents and nonprofits, especially as AEP rates hike loom on the horizon and City Hall debates how to repurpose $9 million in facility funds. What does this mean for you? The full article written by Stevie Kilo can be found on our website at delrionews.com. For the first time in Val Verde County history, survivors of sexual assault can now access life-changing support services right here in Del Rio, and completely free. Thanks to Winter Garden Women's Shelter, Inc., the local battered women's shelter has expanded far beyond emergency housing to offer counseling, court accompaniment, safe hospital exams, and more, all without requiring a police report or proof of abuse. Victims of sexual assault or domestic violence, no matter how long ago, finally have a place that puts healing first. With law enforcement, hospitals, and city leaders rallying behind this transformation, the message is clear. Help is here. But this is just the beginning. What will come next as Del Rio opens its doors wider to those in need? The full article written by Stevie Kilo can be found on our website at delrionews.com. Foster children of Val Verde County now have a voice thanks to CASA. Eddie Martinez has more. Eddie?
I've seen children suffer, and I knew that CASA could help relieve some of that suffering.
Court-appointed Special Advocates for Children, or CASA, has found a home in Val Verde County.
CASA of Val Verde County was just recently created, and we are thrilled to have CASA of Val Verde County in the mix in Texas. Welcome and congratulations.
The national organization supports court-appointed advocates for neglected children.
My first case as a CASA worker involved 5 children. There were substance abuse issues, and it became so bad that the children had to be removed. Unfortunately, we don't have enough foster homes in Del Rio, so a lot of our foster children are placed out of Del Rio. The 5 children were very blessed to be placed with family, and they are all doing very well.
It's stories like these that move CASA and its many volunteers to do advocacy work for children.
That is what has kept me going, is my desire to fight for the kids. I want them to be happy, healthy, and I want these children to thrive, not just survive.
For the delicate work of communicating and forming relationships with the children they serve, CASA volunteers have one lovable strategy.
This is a precious little bunny stuffed animal. It is a perfect item for a volunteer advocate to take with them when they first meet the new children on their cases. It gives the child something to hold on to, and it helps them to open up a line of communication with the children.
CASA aims to serve the needs of the 42 children in foster care in Val Verde County and to spread awareness for the need of more foster homes. Eddie Martinez, Del Rio News Network.
Up next, we have Alexander Menchaca with our weather update. And Jorge Jurado, CEO of Valverde Regional Medical Center, is joining us in studio. All this and more after these messages.
Anytime, anywhere. This is the Del Rio News Network. We'll be back after these messages.
When your home needs expert care, Comfort Tech Service Now is here for you. And whether it's HVAC, plumbing, or electrical services, we've got you covered with skilled technicians ready to handle any issue. With our fixed right or it's free, your satisfaction is our top priority. From routine maintenance to emergency repairs, we're here ensuring your home stays comfortable and safe.
Service Now!
Call Comfort Tech Service Now, where your home's comfort is always our mission.
Right now, you're watching DRN25 Morning News Show, Del Rio's first advanced morning news show. Coming up next, we'll show you some more Del Rio News Network news segments. And later on, stick with us as we show you some more DRN25 Morning News Show, Del Rio's first advanced morning news show. This is the Del Rio News Network. This episode is brought to you by Russell's Hardware and Company, Comfort Tech Service Now, Southwest Assisted Living, Border Federal Credit Union, Valverde Regional Medical Center. Thank you for watching. And now back to the show.
Good morning, Del Rio. This is meteorologist Alexander Menchaca. I'm sure you're interested in that 4th of July forecast. We'll have more on that shortly after these messages. Last night, we had a good round of thunderstorms move on through. And right now, we are under a severe thunderstorm watch. That 5-day forecast for you for this week. This is meteorologist Alexander Menchaca.
This is your local weather report with Del Rio's trusted meteorologist, Alexander Menchaca.
Good morning, Del Rio. This is meteorologist Alexander Menchaca, and welcome to the weather report, getting you all caught up weather-wise here in Del Rio this weekend. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. Let's look at right now live on what the conditions are right now in Del Rio. It's a beautiful 78 here in Del Rio, mostly sunny skies. You heard Michelle talking about it earlier this morning, how in Del Rio we usually get things done in the summer in the morning and the evening. Another beautiful morning here in Del Rio. Great time to get any groceries done, any errands done just before we get into like that triple-digit weather. And as we go into it, let's go and look at our highs for today. So we're expecting Del Rio to be around like the 100-degree mark, around of the whole South Central Texas area, expected to be in the upper 90s as well. It's going to be a great day to go by the pool, do any outdoor activities. You just want to make sure you're keeping maybe, those towels or anything loose, tie down, as we're going to have some wind relatively high around the area. And tonight's going to be relatively great as well. Del Rio is going to be around 77. Most of the county warning area is going to stay around the lower 70s as well. Not expecting any rain today. Those winds are going to be relatively high in the evening, but taper off at night. And we're expecting a really good Saturday here in Del Rio, Texas. So now let's look into the week coming in, right? So one thing for sure, heat is going to remain. We're going to expect temperatures to be relatively high. But one thing that you probably notice, in other news outlets is the Saharan dust. We're expecting to have another round of Saharan dust move into Texas, roughly beginning around tomorrow, Monday, and Tuesday. You can see that plume of dust right here in the southern Atlantic begin to move into the Caribbean area, and it's going to move more into the South, Gulf Mexico area as well. And with that dust, what's going to happen is that it's going to create things relatively hazy here in Del Rio. It's also too can cause some allergies, itching of the eyes, itching of the throat, as well as too some asthmatic problems too. So you just want to make sure you're prepared for that. That's going to begin tomorrow, Monday, and Tuesday. By later part of the week, we should be good from that. Now, 4th of July, that's going to be the big story, right? I always like to say in Del Rio, whenever we have holidays, that's when the rain comes, right? So this week, we're going to be looking at a slight chance of some showers and storms. As you can see here in West Texas, we're going to see rain chances Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and even Friday. The good thing is those chances are going to be relatively low, maybe 10%, 20%, but you just want to make sure you take accountable on that just in case, there happens to be a shower or two that goes around the local area. Wind speeds are going to be relatively high. It's just going to be mostly sunny. As you can see, most of South Central Texas is really in sunny degree weather, but you just want to make sure that if there's any chance of some rain, you're prepared for that. And as well as throughout the week, we'll provide updates here on DRN25 and on my Facebook page for any weather updates for your 4th of July forecast here on DRN25. So let's go ahead and take a look at that 5-day forecast. As you can see, Del Rio is going to be relatively warm. We are going to stay relatively hot here in Del Rio, upper 90s throughout most of the week. That wind's going to be a real, thing to pay attention to. If you're out in the pool, out doing any, outdoor activities, make sure those towels are at hand. It's going to be relatively cool when you get out of the pool. And we are going to expect rain chances to be relatively small, like I said, 10-15%. So make sure you check in on DRN25 or on my Facebook page and to give you any weather updates on that as well. And as always, this weather broadcast is brought to you by Val Verde Regional Medical Center, Comfort Tech Service Now, and Russell Hardware and Company. Thank y'all so much, and now back to you, Michelle.
You're watching DRN25.
Is Jorge Jurado. Jurado is the CEO of Val Verde Regional Medical Center, and he joins us to talk VVRMC. Good morning, Jorge. How are you this morning?
Good morning, Michelle. Thank you. I'm doing well.
Great.
Thank you for having me.
It's great to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. So you've got a lot to share with us, right? So a lot of great information to share for the community. So in today's busy world, having reliable health care is close to home is important now more than ever, right? So how is Val Verde Regional Medical Center's primary care clinics transforming healthcare for families right here in Del Rio?
That's a great question, Michelle. Primary care is the start of everything. You have to have a good foundation, and we really need to turn into a preventative healthcare model versus reactive. Right. If you look at the demographics for Del Rio and a lot of the border cities, there's so much chronic care. There's so much diabetes, so much hypertension, and a lot of that can either be delayed or can be prevented. If we have a good pulse of what's going on within our bodies, then we can act. We can make decisions, we can make changes, and those changes that we make today will help us live a healthier life later on. So we're very happy that we've been able to expand some primary care within our rural health clinics. So we've added most recently Ms. Sarah Rakeland, one of our nurse practitioners, and Ms. Kylie Dixon, physician assistant, who are doing great. They've been with us for about 90 days. They're doing excellent. And then at the other clinic, we have Ms. Jessica Ord, who's a physician assistant, and Ms. Paloma Solis Cariaga, who's a nurse practitioner. So really focusing on primary care. It has to start there. If you use the analogy of a vehicle, if you drive your car and you do not change your oil, don't check it and take it to the mechanic, and then you wonder why it breaks down at 150,000 miles. Well, it's because there was no maintenance on it. So we have to invest into ourselves, and the better information we have, the better decisions we can make as individuals.
Right.
So we're very committed, and our strategy is going to be focusing on expanding primary care, and that's what we're going to focus on.
I love that. More to prevent it than to react to it, right?
Correct.
So yes, that's fantastic. So we also know that you're doing improvements to the ER, to the emergency room.
Correct.
So tell us a little bit about that.
So most rural hospitals, not only in Texas but across the United States, struggle with emergency rooms. They're not big enough, they're crowded, there's not enough staffing. The leadership team at Val Verde has been very dedicated into acknowledging that we have to provide resources and tools for our team. So in the background, we've been working on multiple initiatives. One of the initiatives we did was adding a patient experience liaison in the lobby. So if you've been to the emergency room in the last 6 months, you'll notice that when you walk into the left-hand side, there's an individual who's a clinical trained person. We have Clark and Cesar, who are both EMTs. So now when you walk in, the first person you see is someone that's trained to clinically identify a situation. So our patients that are in the lobby who are waiting, they're reassessed every 30 minutes, every hour. And if there's a change in condition, they can be expedited back. So just that alone has shown a huge improvement. In the last 6 months, we've seen a 20% improvement in patient satisfaction scores.
Great.
Because it's important to acknowledge and to keep tabs on our patients in the lobby. Another initiative that we're working on is our emergency room is only 12 beds. You think about 50,000 people in the county, 12 beds. So we're making some changes, and we are planning on a 3-bed expansion, which is going to be really helpful for the team. In addition to that, we have a space that we're converting into a convenient care clinic. So when patients arrive to the emergency room, if it's a lower acuity visit, let's say strep, cold, flu, something minor that is non-emergent, but the emergency room is the only option they have, they don't have to wait in the emergency room. They'll be able to turn left and go to the convenient care clinic. So we're hoping that that'll open mid-August of this summer.
So soon.
Yes,
soon,
so exciting.
It's right around the corner. That's exciting.
And we're excited because we see 20% increase in patient satisfaction just with some small changes.
Yes.
We're very confident that these initiatives are really going to make an impact for our community members.
Small changes with a big impact, right?
Absolutely.
So yes. You mentioned something about scores too. So there is a scoring system that's done after every patient comes into the hospital, right? So you all are really reading those and looking at those and trying to make things better. So any other information you have on those scores?
Well, that's vital. We want to know what our community members feel and see. So by taking that information, we can listen to them and make changes to better deliver healthcare.
Right, that's so important because everybody's experience is different, right?
Correct.
So you want to make sure that if you're doing great things, we want you to know about it too, right? So
absolutely.
Yeah, wonderful. So let's see, what else we can talk about this morning? So sometimes healthcare pops up unexpectedly, right? So in waiting for a regular appointment is not the option, right? So going into the convenient care clinics, like you mentioned, they provide accessible care for Del Rio's residents when they need it the most. So what are our options for somebody that maybe, you drive down, Bedell Avenue and you kind of look and you see a lot, but where should people go? Like, what are the go-tos like for certain types of things?
Yeah, so for our rural healthcare patients, so patients from the Rural Health Clinic at 1801 North Bedell and patients at our 1200 Terry M. Lindsay Rural Health Clinic, we want to make sure that they can get into the provider. So we leave some slots open every day for same-day appointments. Now, those get filled up, which a lot of times they do. We always have our walk-in clinic that's located at 1801 North Bedell, where you have Mr. Dennis Ong and Ms. Maria Faz. They're there from 8 to 5, and they can take walk-in visits. The convenient care will be the addition to that.
Okay.
So we're really making sure that we give our community members options.
Right.
Everybody works. Everybody has kids in school, and sometimes you can't take your kid that's having some condition to the doctor during the day. So. Accessibility. So the convenient care clinic will be open from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Oh, that's great. Yes, extended hours for those working families, definitely. So we also talked about, in our previous visit, we talked about explaining how interventional, general, and advanced laparoscopic surgery. Did I say it correctly? Okay, so they're changing ways patients receive care in Del Rio. So any information you can share about that?
We've been blessed this last year to have hired 6 physicians. And these physicians have brought, services and procedures that we haven't done here before. So we have both general surgeons and advanced laparoscopic surgeons now. Dr. Nguyen and Dr. Castañeda are doing procedures that we've never done. And the mentality is that we want to offer these type of services so our patients don't have to drive.
Right.
Not everyone can afford to go to San Antonio or San Angelo, or not everyone can afford to be in a hotel for multiple nights waiting for their loved one to get done. Do we have everything at Val Verde? No, but we are moving to a mindset that what can we do, what can we cover to make sure that we can cover most of it? Can we cover 80% of it? And the 20%, unfortunately, we might not be able to, but 80% is a lot, and if we can provide that convenience for our community, that's what we're striving for. So between general surgery, general surgery, advanced laparoscopic surgery, we've done great. We have an orthopedic sports med surgeon now, Dr. Jonathan Hoskins, which has been amazing. Before, unfortunately, there was no one to cover the orthopedics. So if you had some type of fracture, you had to take it to San Antonio. So now he's only one person, but he's really extended himself to make sure that he can keep our patients here. We have a general surgeon, general cardiologist, and an interventional cardiologist who have really helped stabilize the cardiology program as well. So, you know, recruitment is at the forefront of what we're trying to do. Rural hospitals, it's difficult to recruit because not everybody wants to live in a rural area, but it can be a benefit to some people. You know, someone that's been in the big city who maybe feels that it's just too fast-paced for them, and that's where getting creative and getting out there to the big cities and recruiting.
And speaking of recruiting, the Texas Tech Rural Residency Program with family medicine is a major development for Del Rio, right? So before we wrap up, let's talk a little bit about that.
We are so excited about this. Myself and the leadership at Texas Tech Health Science Center have been talking about this and working on this for 2 years. So on June 19th, we had them visit Val Verde Regional Medical Center, and alongside VVRM's leadership, we had community leaders. We had Dr. Rios, we had the mayor, we had county commissioners, we had people from the city council, we had the Chamber of Commerce. They were so overwhelmed with the warm welcoming that they received, and that's the key component to this program. So what it is, Michelle, it's a rural residency program. What that means, the normal progression into medical school is that you do a undergraduate degree, typically in biology, chemistry, biochem, or pre-med. After that, you take your MCAT scores, you apply to medical school, and then you go to medical school for 4 years. After you finish that, then you'll do a residency program, which is typically about 3 years. Well, Texas Tech knows that there's a problem in the rural communities with family medicine physicians, so they've created an expedited track. So family medicine doctors go to medical school for 3 years, so they get 1 year less, and then the rural residency program does 1 year in Odessa at their campus and 2 years at the site that they select. So Val Verde Regional Medical Center becomes a rural site. That resident will come and work 2 years and take care of our community for 2 years. So we'll have a second year resident and a third year. So 2 additional physicians rotating every year through Val Verde.
Fantastic. That's excellent for patient care here in Del Rio. So, Mr. Jurado, we appreciate you being here this morning, and thank you so much for sharing all of this with our community. Is there anything else before we wrap up that you would like to share with our community of Del Rio?
No, just we want our community to know that we're not only thinking short term. You know, for us, it's very important to think short term and long term at the same time. We have to make decisions that impact us in the next 12 months, but also in the next 12 years. So, thank you again for having us.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Jorge Jurado, CEO of Val Verde Regional Medical Center. Thank you so much for being here again. So thank you, Del Rio. And coming up next are our representatives from the Del Rio Renaissance Fair, here to give us some details on their upcoming event. Thanks for tuning in so far. You're watching DRN25.
You're watching DRN25. Watching DRN25.
Renaissance Fair was held for the first time last year, and it was a huge success. A group of individuals, Nathan Villarreal, Haven Mancha, Cassandra, and Marcus Alfaro, join us to talk about what's coming up this year. So good morning, everyone. How are y'all doing today?
Good morning.
good.
Doing good. It's great to have y'all here. Y'all look great, by the way.
Thank
so
you.
I read somewhere it says, "Good morrow, noble friends," right? I must say, all of you look absolutely stunning in your Renaissance attire, truly as if you've stepped right out of the history pages, right? So your costumes bring spirit to the Renaissance Fair in a most magical way. So the Renaissance Fair is around the corner, and it's June just kind of whizzed by, right? So it's in October, the 12th, 11th and 12th. So what is the grandest reason someone should mark their calendars for this amazing event?
I believe this is something different that the town hasn't really seen too much of.
It's amazing. It's a lot of entertainment. It's a lot of family-friendly fun.
Okay.
We also have a lot of entertainment for adults as well. We're looking into getting some different entertainment from out of town, some from Austin, some from San Antonio.
Nice.
We do have a lot of games for the kids. We have food. We have drink. And it's just a good time. You dress up, you go with your friends, you go with your family. It's a really good time.
Hang out. So where will this be happening?
This will be happening at the Whitehead Memorial Museum.
Okay, and it's October 11th and 12th. What are the hours?
That's correct. The hours, go ahead.
For Saturday, it's going to be from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then Sunday, it's going to be 11 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Okay, so what are some of the most unforgettable experiences at the Renaissance Fair? What is something that visitors will be talking about just by going?
It's up to you. Yeah, we can say it.
Just the fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the fun for the most part.
Be someone who you aren't.
Yeah.
There you go.
Realm.
Right.
We also have a lot of things that you don't normally see. We have Miles Jakubowski. He is a man that makes spinning wheels, and I mean, you don't get to see that in your everyday market or your everyday fair. So you get to see that at our event. There's a lot of wonderful vendors that we have out there. A lot of them are returning from last year, and we're trying to look for some new ones as well. Trying to fill the whole area of the Whitehead as well. So
just everything you can imagine, right? Fun for the whole family all day long. So that's awesome. If someone's never been to the Renaissance Fair, what is the first thing that when you get there? What's the first thing you've got to do? Like I go to the Renaissance Fair and I've got to do this or I've got to see that. I know everything, right? But what's the one thing?
What's the one thing?
Do you do any activities or anything like during the like? Is there a show part of it or?
Yeah, there is a show part of it. We have one of the vendors that or one of the entertainments that we're trying to get is from Austin. They're called the Austin Blood Guard.
Okay.
They are a full steel combat group, and something that Del Rio has never seen. So we're really hoping on. Well, we are going to get them out here.
Okay.
We are going to get them.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
They're what? Full nights. Oh.
Yeah,
nice.
full nights and
martial arts
style. Yeah.
Very cool. So speaking of martial arts, so what's the coolest costume or character performance that y'all have seen out there?
At our Renaissance Fair, or like?
Yeah.
I like Miles.
Miles.
At our Renaissance Fair, I like Miles.
Okay.
Miles Jakubowski, again, he makes spinning wheels. He gets into full character. He has he has 4 different shows last year. I don't know how many he's gonna have this year, but each one is a different period of time, and he writes his stories pretty well. So like in the first one, he comes as this man, and the second one he'll come as that man's son, and then the other son. So he talks about like his grandfather in the past episodes and stuff.
Nice, that is so cool. So
it's really nice.
So now, what is the most Instagram-worthy spot or moment at the fair that everyone will capture? Do you have like picture moments or picture spots?
The throne.
Okay.
Sure.
What happens at the throne?
It's just like a photo op for people.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's an honor to be in the king's chair, basically.
Okay,
so
yeah,
we set it up really nice. We decorated and everything. We have like these big iron chests that sit next to you as well, and a lot of people like sitting there. My favorite is the pillories. That is like medieval style jail, I guess. You kind of just hang there in the wooden side. A lot. Yeah, handmade as well. So
nice.
that's my favorite. But the throne is also a really good one.
The throne. Okay, so definitely.
From the Whitehead, it helped us put it together.
Oh, okay, nice. So everybody helps out at the Whitehead Museum. So awesome. That's wonderful. We're going to do a quick little lightning round. Y'all know what a lightning round works like, right? So it's just, I'm going to say a phrase or say a couple of things, and you just tell me the first thing that comes to your mind. Okay, it's going to be easy. So let's try this one. So would you rather be known for your sword skills or your sass?
Sass.
Sword skills and sass, a little bit of everything. Magic or mischief?
Magic.
Armor or velvet?
Armor.
Okay. Sword fight or storytelling?
sword fight.
Storytelling, yeah.
Storytelling? How does storytelling come into play?
Similar to how you said, like, you can be anyone, you can enter into a whole nother realm.
Okay.
You know, you can forget about yourself and become something entirely.
Somebody else.
I'll give an example. My name's Nathan, right?
Yeah.
On the field, you'll know me as Echo. I'm the commander of the Obsidian Claw. And on the field, we do play like a combat sport. It's foam combat, so we do get down, and it's cool.
Cool. That's where the storytelling comes in, right? So, would you describe how would you describe the fair in one word?
Mystical.
Mystical.
Nice.
Magical.
Medieval.
Medieval and fun. That's awesome. Would you rather spell Renaissance backwards or just say help? Help. Me too, right? So, how would your character hype the Renaissance fair in 5 seconds or less?
You just gotta be there.
Screaming, gotta be there. Go to the throne's chair, right? Yeah. All right. So, what is the wildest or most unforgettable moment you've seen? Maybe at other fairs too.
What is your favorite one? We've been to so many different Renaissance festivals around Texas. Kerrville, Bandera, Houston Renaissance Festival, San Antonio's Renaissance Festival as well.
So the fact that we have it here in Del Rio is just, it's awesome,
Yes.
right? It's fun. Yeah, that's great.
More normally up that way.
Up that way. So to have it in Del Rio.
And we also get a lot of help from the outside community in San Antonio, Austin as well.
Nice.
There's like a guild of Renaissance festivals that work together. So.
Fun. So, okay, everybody, before we wrap up, thank you for being here. It's going to be October 11th and 12th. So fun for the whole family. There's going to be food, entertainment, lots of fun things. Dress up in the character and be somebody that you can't normally be, right? And just let it all, kind of have fun there that day. So is there anything else you want to share with the community before we wrap up? Invite the community.
Yeah. Make sure you guys come out to the Del Rio Renaissance Festival. It's going to be on the 11th and 12th. It's something that you don't want to miss. Our last year was amazing, and this year is going to be even better.
Even better, right? So so get your costumes ready, Del Rio. Get out there to the Renaissance Fair, October 11th and 12th. Dress up in your best. So you have time to get your costumes, right? Get them ready.
Definitely,
you guys, it's June, but June's over already, and October will be here before you know it. So thank you all for being here, and best wishes, and I can't wait to see y'all there. Maybe I'll get to sit on the chair and take a picture, right?
Yes, of course.
Awesome. So thank you again. So we're ready to almost close to closing out, everybody, but you don't want to miss our look at this weekend's events and future events with Event Highlight. All this and more after these messages.
Anytime, anywhere. This is the Del Rio News Network. We'll be back after these messages.
When your home needs expert care, Comfort Tech Service Now is here for you. And whether it's HVAC, plumbing, or electrical services, we've got you covered with skilled technicians ready to handle any issue. With our fixed right or it's free, your satisfaction is our top priority. From routine maintenance to emergency repairs, we're here ensuring your home stays comfortable and safe.
Service Now!
Call Comfort Tech Service Now, where your home's comfort is always our mission.
Right now, you're watching DRN25 Morning News Show, Del Rio's first advanced morning news show. Coming up next, we'll show you some more Del Rio News Network news segments. And later on, stick with us as we show you some more DRN25 Morning News Show, Del Rio's first advanced morning news show. This is the Del Rio News Network. This episode is brought to you by Russell's Hardware and Company, Comfort Tech Service Now, Southwest Assisted Living, Border Federal Credit Union, Val Verde Regional Medical Center. Thank you for watching. And now back to the show.
watching DRN25.
Let's close things out with event highlight. The Rotary Club of Del Rio is hosting the 20th annual Independence Day Rodeo at the Val Verde Fairgrounds today. This long-standing summer tradition promises 2 nights of high-energy rodeo action, live entertainment, and family fun. Gates open at 6:30 p.m. today, with the main event kicking off at 8 p.m. Pre-sale tickets are available for $10 at Del Rio Feed and Supply, the Fishing Cowboy, and Cowboy John's. Kids under 18 get in free. A colorful Saturday awaits in Del Rio. Join the fun this afternoon at the Pokemon-themed painting party, happening today, June 28th at 225 South Main Street, led by the talented Janine. Participants can choose from 3 creative designs or paint their favorite Pokemon. 2 sessions are available, 2 to 4 p.m. and 5 to 7 p.m. Seats are limited, with prices at $30 for adults and $20 for kids. It's a perfect time for fans of all ages, so don't miss your chance to get creative and catch them all. Looks like some great events happening this weekend, Alexander, right?
Absolutely. There's a lot of my favorite things about the show, but one thing is I love that the community gets to know everything that's going on.
Yes.
I think that's the best thing about what we're doing here, for sure.
For sure. We love connecting with our community through Del Rio News Network. And you're right, just kind of providing everything that we have for this weekend. Now, Alexander, I heard a little bit about the Saharan Desert. Like, I'm one of those with asthma. So, gosh, that's going to come up pretty soon, right?
Absolutely. It looks like Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday are going to be the heaviest days.
Okay.
Obviously, if you're going toward the coast of Texas, you're going to see it more predominantly. Okay. Maybe we'll get some effects here, but one thing for sure, you'll start seeing that haze in the sky. Once you start seeing that hazy sky, that's when you know that that stuff's coming into Del Rio. But it should only last maybe a few days, and then we'll have to worry about just rain in 4th of July. We'll just have to worry about that.
4th of July. Okay, all right, that sounds good. And just kind of staying cool, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
That's right. So before we go offline, we want to thank you for watching this morning's episode. We would like to thank you for your support as we officially take on our roles here at the Del Rio News Network. Our mission is the same, which is to serve and grow our community. We plan to continue to be the change we want for this community to be.
With that, we hope that you'll stick around as we have some exciting projects in the back end beginning working on actively. One of them is being our 24/7 broadcast stream.
That's right, Alexander. So you may have noticed on YouTube that we are live 24/7, running replays and local content from community members. But more information on this is to come in the coming days. Thank you so much for watching and joining us today, and we'll see you again later this month on
DRN25 Morning News Show. You'll have a great morning and the rest of your weekend.
That's right. Until next time, thanks for watching DRN25.